This is Netrush Report, your home for the stories that shake the world of tennis. If you live for the shocks, rivalries, and raw emotions that define this sport, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Day 6 of the U.S. Open 2025. The crowd packed into Louis Armstrong Stadium expected fireworks, and they got exactly that. On one side, Adrian Mannarino, the 37-year-old Frenchman, a veteran of the tour with his unorthodox left-handed strokes, funky flat ground strokes, and a career defined not by flash but by persistence. He's a man who has seen it all, from battling legends like Federer and Nadal to surviving in the shadow of rising stars. On the other side, Ben Shelton, just 22 years old, the explosive American who has taken the tour by storm. His cannon serve, fearless energy, and summer filled with big wins had made him one of the faces of American tennis's future. For Shelton, this was supposed to be another statement match. For Mannarino, it was another test of survival. What unfolded over nearly 3 hours of play was a battle of grit, endurance, and eventually, devastating heartbreak. From the opening rally, Shelton came out firing. His heavy lefty serve boomed across the court, pushing Mannarino deep behind the baseline. He dictated points with raw athleticism and fearless shot-making. Mannarino, as always, countered with his trademark patience. He absorbs pace, returning balls flat and low, forcing opponents to bend and grind. To casual viewers, it almost looks like he's just blocking balls back, but insiders know how maddening it is to play against his unusual rhythm. The first 2 sets were defined by long rallies, Shelton trying to punch through, Mannarino stubbornly refusing to crack. Both men traded blows, and by the time the third set arrived, the intensity had drained both players physically, but Shelton's youth gave him an edge. He looked poised to outlast Mannarino, until his body betrayed him. Midway through the 4th set, Shelton grimaced. His left shoulder, an area of concern all summer, suddenly gave out. He clutched his side, pausing between points, clearly in pain. At first, he fought through it. He even returned from a medical timeout, determined not to give in. His father and coach, Ben Shelton, encouraged him, but the pain grew worse. Finally, as Mannarino prepared to serve again, Shelton couldn't swing freely. His body language said it all. His father gestured from the stands, signaling that enough was enough. Shelton walked to the net. Match over. Mannarino wasn't even on court to witness it. He had ducked into the bathroom, only to return and learn that he had advanced to the 4th round of the U.S. Open, not by winning a final point, but by sheer accident of timing. When Mannarino addressed the New York crowd afterward, his words were equal parts funny and deeply empathetic. "It's my first time winning a match from the toilets." The crowd roared with laughter, appreciating the absurdity, but Mannarino quickly turned serious. When he started to have pain, he was leading. Honestly, he probably would have won that match. It's unfortunate for him, and very lucky for me. I don't really know what to say. I'm happy to get through. I wish him the best, of course. In a world where athletes often celebrate the victory regardless of circumstances, Mannarino's humility stood out. He recognized what everyone saw. Shelton was in control until his body failed him. Afterward, Shelton gave one of the most emotional press conferences of his young career. "I never retired before. I'm not a guy who would retire if I could continue." You could see the disappointment written all over his face. This wasn't how he wanted to end his U.S. Open run. He had been playing brilliantly, moving with confidence, winning big rallies against a tricky opponent. But Shelton refused to dwell in negativity. "You won't hear me pouting. With the summer I've had, the things I've been able to do in this sport in a short time, and the people around me, I have a lot of blessings." For a 22-year-old, it was a remarkably mature perspective. Yes, he was devastated. But he knew this was only a setback, not the end. This match wasn't just about one man's injury or another's survival. It was about the collision of tennis generations. Mannarino, the veteran, closer to retirement than to his peak, surviving through guile and experience. Shelton, the rising star, cut down in his prime moment by the fragility of the human body. The symbolism was stark. A player who has lasted 20 years on tour wins by default, while the young gun who seemed unstoppable suddenly learns the harsh lesson of physical limits. It reminded fans that in tennis, as in life, nothing is guaranteed. The tennis world exploded online. Memes about winning from the toilets spread across social media, but so did genuine sympathy for Shelton. Some fans joked that Mannarino had discovered the ultimate bathroom break strategy. Others shook their heads, frustrated that such an electric match had ended not with a forehand winner, but with a medical retirement. Experts, though, praised Shelton's growth and maturity. Former players noted that these setbacks, though painful, often forge future champions. And as for Mannarino, he suddenly became an unlikely fan favorite, his dry humor resonating with audiences who may not have followed his career closely before. For Mannarino, this victory pushes him deeper into uncharted territory at the US Open. At 37, he's defying age, proving that consistency and intelligence still have a place in a sport increasingly dominated by youth and power. For Shelton, the road is different. He now faces rehab, recovery, and the mental challenge of bouncing back. But with his talent, charisma, and determination, few doubt that he'll be back stronger. So here we are. A story that started with blistering rallies and ended in the most unexpected way possible. A win from the toilets. Adrian Mannarino advances, Ben Shelton learns the cruel side of tennis, and fans walk away with a memory they'll never forget. What do you think? Was this one of the strangest match endings in US Open history? And do you believe Ben Shelton will bounce back stronger in 2026? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Netrush Report, your home for the most dramatic and emotional stories in tennis. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big twist in the sport we all love. Until next time, stay tuned, because in tennis, the drama never stops.